We're talking about crowd surfing at Sonic. Kelly wanting to risk brain injury at 7:22. It's the Morning Blitz, 3:11. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick, I'm Lewis.
I can feel in my brain like how cool and fun it would be to crowd surf, but then I'm like, well, somebody's definitely going to drop me on my head, and then what? Then where am I?
Then they'll pick you up and put you right back in the air.
To me, that's an acceptable risk, which is why I will be an emotional support system cheering everybody in the pit on.
All right.
From great distance away.
I keep trying to tell him he's getting in the pit with me, and he says, nope.
Here's my thing. I like crowds, but I truly appreciate being separated from said crowd.
That's the best thing about the pit. It's opened up. You're not, what do you call it, Kelly? Nuts to butts?
Nuts to butts,
yeah,
baby.
You're not, when you get in the pit, you got open space. It's great.
I love DJing on stage and watching other people bang into each
Oh,
other.
there's your problem. You just want to be on stage.
He's a voyeur.
That's the thing.
He's just a voyeur.
It's like, I'm not going to be down there with the common man.
Yeah, getting my shoes dirty.
Hold on, I'm not the one who grew up with a chandelier. I like the
right
common
about
man.
that.
You can buy a chandelier at Lowe's for $20. Stop with the chandelier.
Yeah, but I don't have an earthquake alerting chandelier. Speaking of when Rick was younger, growing up with his chandelier, anybody ever go to a restaurant and, like, kind of you're browsing the menu and the kids menu, they have one pops up and you're like, I kind of like what's on that kids menu. I'd kind of like to have that. But you don't fall into the age requirement of ordering from the kids menu?
I like kids menus. I like kids size portions.
Okay.
Well, so yes, I would like to order off the kids menu if I want. I'm not really a chicken fingers fan, so I don't need any of that kind of stuff.
No.
Or a hot dog. I'm not interested in that food, but I am interested in the portion size.
See, I don't want that, but sometimes there's a grilled cheese on the kids menu that's not on the adult menu, and I'm like, I like a good.
You should be
grilled
able to
cheese
order
sandwich.
that. 1,000%.
I didn't know you. I guess maybe I've never tried, even like when I was a kid, but I didn't know you couldn't order from the kids menu
some
for
people
you're an
don't
adult.
let ya.
Some places will, some places won't. My grandmother used to but I mean, I think that was more of a senior citizen thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But 70% of Americans, adults, think they should be able to order off the kids menu. 21% have tried it before, and a third have had that request rejected.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So some restaurants will not allow it.
What?
Again, I don't like the kids menu at every place.
Right.
But there are a couple of places that have a decent kids menu that I'm like, man, I could get down with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's never enough food for me, but
Jay said
a small portion.
Jay said his daughter is about to be 18, loves the kids menu, and I said what we are going to do for your 18th birthday is go to Chuck E. Cheese. There you go. A little pizza, a little video games. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Oh, hey, I did want to mention Bob Walker from Aetna won the Nothing More tickets. So he's good. But that's crazy. What are they going to do if you're ordering for pickup or, delivery or carry out? There's not much they can do about it, right?
Right. You would think anyway. I mean, I'm sure they'll find a way.
I mean, do I have to bring the kid with me in order to get the kids menu?
All right.
Order?
Listen to this. This is very interesting. It's off Reddit. I just found it. It said kids menus are loss leaders. This means the restaurant, which is a for-profit business, does not make money on them. They choose to offer them with the understanding that the kid is typically accompanied by an adult who will purchase a full-price meal. So if they let adults order the kids' menus, then the whole thing's a loss, I guess.
I get it.
So it sort of makes sense that they won't allow an adult to order off the kids' menu.
Okay.
How about if they just tacked an extra charge onto it?
If I want to order...
Yeah, if I want to order off the kids' meal, I'll give you an extra $5. How about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that if you're worried about profit loss, why not? I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. I mean, again, not every place has a decent kids menu. I'm with you. I don't need fake chicken dinosaur-shaped nuggets off the kids menu.
But you want a nice grilled cheese? Yeah.
Sometimes you get a nice grilled cheese. Sometimes you get the mac and cheese option on the kids menu that's not on the other options. Sometimes just that cheese tortilla isn't a bad thing. So, I mean, there are some things on the kids menu that, you can kind of be down with. So I don't know if that's one of those things where it's good or not.
Mike said, is there a cool toy? I'm getting that Happy Meal.
That's the other thing. Come on. You want the cool toy.
Yeah, and if I go through the drive-thru at McDonald's, I can order a Happy Meal, right? They won't stop me. Of course, they're probably not losing money on a Happy Meal at McDonald's.
No, they sell enough of them.
Right. Oh, man. It was great to be a kid, wasn't it?
It was. So here's my question. If you could go back and do something you did when you were a kid, what would that be?
Like, what do I miss the most?
Yeah, like what would you do if you were, could you do today? If you could do something now that you did as a kid, what would it be?
Oh, okay.
Kelly?
Wait, say that again?
Pretend for a minute you could still do something you did as a kid.
Yeah.
What you can't do now.
But you can't do it. You don't do it now, or you can't do it now.
I'll tell you exactly what that is.
What would that be?
2 things, hula hoop and pogo stick.
Well, you can still do that.
No,
huh?
I cannot.
Well, okay.
I've tried.
Okay.
The knees don't do it, and the hips don't work the same.
I've never been able to use a hula hoop.
Also,
ever in
swing
my
set.
life.
I cannot. My equilibrium's weird, so I can't swing on a swing. I'd love to leave here right now, go to a park, and swing on a swing. Doesn't that sound fun?
Well, I mean,
Wow, you can't do that, huh?
No, I
does somebody
can't.
need to push you, or are you going to
No,
take
it
care of
makes-
that yourself?
It makes me sick. I can't do it. It makes me so dizzy to swing on a swing. I can't take it.
All right, well, we're up against the break. Let's break. We'll come back with this. You can text in 99700. You can
That
call
is
us.
on our Facebook wall as well.
Okay, you can call us 1-800-821-9970. Something you can't do as an adult now that you did as a kid, and you know, if you could do it now, what would that thing be?
Ron from Subway, run. This came up because apparently a lot of adults want to order off the kids menu at restaurants. Sometimes it's allowed, sometimes it's not, which got me thinking, and we posted this on our Blitz Facebook wall, and we're getting a crazy amount of texts about it as well. Now feel free to chime in. What's the one thing you would do if you could do something you did as a kid? What would that be? For Kelly, it's hula hooping and pogo sticking.
And swing setting and all that.
And someone agrees with you. Rachel said, I'm with Kelly. Swing sets and roller coasters. I used to love the highest, fastest, craziest roller coasters, and now they make me sick.
Oh, man, I feel bad for you.
Even made me temporarily black out once. Ouch.
I will ride any roller coaster out there still to this
Me
day.
too. What would you do? What was the one if you could go back and do something?
I've a couple things. One is to ride dirt bikes behind 10 Pin Alley and go to the Hilliard Pool every single day of the summer.
Okay.
I miss doing those two things. Man, I'm serious. It was every day of the summer.
There was something about being a kid in the summer, and I speak for myself, but when you woke up in the summer and you didn't have school, and it wasn't the heat of the day yet, but you went out in the morning and the sun was already out, and you kind of had your posse, if you will, together.
Yeah.
You knew what you were going to do. And it really consisted of, well, nothing. But it was a good nothing.
And the other thing would be playing video games from like 6 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Yeah, those. Okay.
So basically just not having a job when you're a kid.
Yeah,
that's
it.
the dream.
That was awesome, wasn't it?
I miss not working. That's it. Yeah, just
It's amazing
playing
that when
all the time.
When you were a kid, though, if you had $20, you were living large.
Rich, man. Are you kidding? You were the most popular member of the group.
Absolutely. I mean, I was in the middle of coordinating my Marvel superhero theft ring, but it was still, I remember those days. Mine's pretty simple. If I could go back to being a kid, the one thing I would do, and I would need like the rules to change for this to happen now, I would get up at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning. I would be up by 6 o'clock in the morning. I would get the most giant mixing bowl full of the most unhealthy cereal in the world, sit my ass down 2 feet from the TV or less, and watch cartoons for the benefit of the better part of 6 hours.
Yes, absolutely.
Before I did anything. When the cartoons ended and the news shows or whatever started at noon, then I could go out.
All right, Rose texted, jumping on the trampoline. Now my bladder's too weak. Oh, Rose, I don't think you're alone on that one.
Mary said, I know Lewis is referring to, more of the kids' activities, and there isn't much that, as an adult, we can't do that we did as kids. But asked, have you guys been to Scene 73? That place is off the chain.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I haven't done anything.
Oh, is that at Tuttle?
It's
I think
so.
At Tuttle? Yeah, I think
so.
it is. I think that's Tuttle.
Video games, bowling.
Yeah, everything. They got all kinds of stuff in there.
Stephanie
I think they even got
says-
a little roller coaster in there.
Stephanie says, I wish I could still climb trees the way I used to. Oh, that was fun.
Laura said taking naps. Roger, not adulting. John Cummings said play Dungeons and Dragons all weekend long.
Shelby
That's
misses,
what I, yeah.
D&D was fun.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You can still do that as an adult.
Yeah,
It's not the same.
I can't play video games or D&D from 6 p.m. to 8 a.m.
But you can still play, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's just not the same. It's not the same when you have responsibilities.
I'm always thinking about other stuff I need to be doing.
Shelby says, I miss summer camp.
Summer camp was great.
Summer camp was fun. Summer camp was fun.
Sophia said, I miss living without worry and anxiety. These kids are ruining my life.
That, I'll tell you what, there was something beautiful about not having a plan and not worrying about anything. Like, that's the stuff that I think, is definitely the biggest thing missed. On our Facebook wall, Matt says, simple tricks on a skateboard. Kathy said, go back to my early years when my family was all together with my brothers and older brothers and sisters. Jess, eat Nesquik straight from the can.
Oh my gosh, you can still do that. I am a living testament to that. That is good. Yum. You just have to make sure you don't choke, because a lot of times that powder just flies right back down in the back of your throat.
Dion said, sleep through the night. I'm with Doug on that. I'm with Doug. Hang out with my grandparents. I would trade all the money in the world to be able to go back and have one day with my grandparents.
To be able to go fishing with my grandfather again would be incredible.
Tristan said, guys, it's scene 75, not scene 73.
Okay, I just read what the text said.
It is scene 75.
I thought there was I was thinking, is it 65?
Some kind of a number.
Yeah. Summer said, getting spanked for minor infractions. I think you can still do that, Summer.
James said, and this is a good one too, injure myself really badly, but be good to go in another 24 hours.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shout out to my buddy Nate for helping me with my car yesterday. You don't feel that pain when you're a kid. You do whatever.
Todd mentioned big wheel or green machine.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, the big wheel put 10 stitches in my face on a couple different occasions, total of 10.
Dude, you were a kid. You could run out in traffic, jump over a car, get clipped by a Mustang, and walk it off, rub some dirt on it, and go.
They put the stitches in, and I'm like, okay, can I get back to my big wheel now?
Right? Not bleeding anymore. Let's do this.
Crystal says, I wish I could eat and not gain weight like I did when I was a kid.
Oh, that's a good one.
Anthony said something similar. I wish I could gain or lose 10 pounds on a weekend.
Right. See, that's the thing about like everybody who says you can eat Nesquik from the can, you can still eat the giant bowl of cereal, but it comes with a price now. The metabolism isn't quite what it used to be. You don't burn that off 10 minutes later.
This person said, doing handsprings, tried it at 40 when I was drunk. That equaled a faceplant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Derek wants to be able to do LARPing without judgment. I mean, live action role play. Yeah, you can still do it, but apparently he can't do it without judgment, and also ding dong ditching. Okay. Oh, and TPing. He wants to TP somebody's house.
Oh, I feel like you could still do that as an adult. I wouldn't ding-dong ditch. That's just being a jerk now.
A lot of people are saying sleep. A lot of people are saying actual vacations. Not pay bills is a big one. Take sweet jumps from my bike is what Andrew said. No financial responsibilities is in there a couple of times.
Eric Sturman says, imagine I could turn a medieval Lego battle into a battle from the movie Braveheart in my head.
Yeah. Tennis. Go ahead, Kelly.
Lindsay says, I'd love to be able to just jump down off literally anything.
Right?
She's so right, Lindsay. You're right. I would love that as well.
You could look down at something and be like, man, that's at least 12 feet. Yep.
Yeah,
let me get a running start. I got this. Now you look down, you're like, no. Damn, that's like a 2.5-foot step. I'm going to have to climb. You sit down on your butt.
How long will I be limping after I jump off this thing?
Great stuff, including Dennis on our Facebook wall. Had people cheering for me simply for using the potty.
That's true.
Rob, Good
job. You did it.
Get out of bed easily. It is nice. It must be nice to not have to wake up and do the system check real quick to make sure everything's going to function the way it should before you know.
Charlie wants to go back to throwing rocks back and forth with your friends.
Oh, yeah. Or throwing rocks at your friends. My cousins and I used to do that on construction sites. We get on the big dirt mounds and throw rocks and dirt clods at each other.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Used bottle rockets and Roman candles. Yeah. We would play with the firemen. The army men, the little green army men. Mm-hmm. And we had real wars. We'd use firecrackers and blow up, this group of army men over here, and we'd catch them on fire and everything else. It was ridiculous.
Doug says, I miss walking around barefoot outside. That's so wholesome. It was so nice. It's very grounding. They say to do that as an adult. If you're like kind of off center and you're not feeling right, you should go outside and stand in the grass barefoot.
Really?
Yeah, they call it grounding. I don't know if there's probably no science to it, but it's supposed to be really good for you.
Huh.
So we should all walk barefoot every now and again, I guess.
You could walk barefoot as a kid. You could survive a good day of a stoning and not a problem. You lashed with a stick, walk it off.
Blaine, by the way, is a dungeon master and said he would be happy to run a campaign for us. If we wanted to play some
Dude,
Dungeons &
Lewis at theblitz.com. Let's make this happen.
My son-in-law is too.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He
So
and my
much
daughter
fun.
play a lot.
I like playing the scumbag characters. I switched religions with one character so many times just to benefit. But I guess that's par for the course. Sledding on my grandparents' toboggan with my cousins.
Oh, very, very fun.
Brandon said that. Travis said stick fights. Man, I'd love to have a good stick fight, but now I don't think I'd be able to move the next day.
I don't know. You were pretty toasty when those kids stole the sticks out of your yard. They probably wanted to have a stick fight, too.
No, they didn't, Kelly. They threw them in another yard without having a stick fight. If they were real kids, they would have Game of Thrones right in front of my house. I would have.
Crystal said she can't skip anymore. I thought that was odd.
Oh, really?
Skipping, I think I could handle skipping. Not that I've tried, but maybe I can't. Maybe it's not as easy as it sounds
we'll
now.
have to see. Chris said, I always enjoyed Christmas caroling as a kid. Doesn't do that anymore.
Does
as an
anybody
adult.
do that anymore?
I
know.
did it a few years back, and I
you
would do
did?
that. I would do that again. That was fun.
It's
We did a
too
charity
cold.
thing. That's fact. I was talking about that with my friends during football season. There was a time when it could be 25 degrees at a Bengals game, and I was the dude with like
no shirt,
little or no
The
shirt
bee on your chest?
Absolutely, standing out raving. Now I'm like, it gets down to like 40, and I'm like, ooh.
He's trying to sell his tickets.
I'm like, I should have brought a thicker jacket for this one.
Dan Davidson misses crawling around in the mud with a Tonka truck.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Amanda said, miss grabbing my skateboard and heading out with my buddies. Get kicked out of places every day.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people want to jump off stuff. William Butts misses seeing his junk.
Oh, my gosh.
Rod said he misses taking a big crap in his diaper and letting an adult clean him up.
Oh, those were the days, huh?
You got it made.
Tracy says she grounds all the time, especially if she's bank fishing. She grounds herself. Yeah, that's a good... If you're ever fishing off a bank thick, I want you to ground yourself.
Okay.
All right?
April misses sleeping through the night without having to pee. I think that's come up a few times, too.
Yes.
Dakota said, I'd love to set up LAN parties again. Now, Kelly, do you know what that is?
A what?
A LAN party. LAN.
Oh, no.
Okay, so we would do
Live
this.
Action Network?
Yes, we would do this. I did this this goes back to gaming from 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. when everybody brought their computer over to the same house, and we would network them all together and play, Quake or whatever, where we were,
You guys were rocking laptops back then?
No, these were desktops, computers.
You brought them to
whole
each other's
thing,
houses?
Absolutely.
Oh, my gosh.
We'd have 8 of them in one big room, all networked together, and playing these games on against each other.
Did you win the game?
Bree said she misses being stupid and just making stupid decisions. Amen. Noah said, still having a creative imagination, and that kind of goes back to the stick thing. When you were a little kid, you didn't see it as a stick. That was your broadsword or your, whatever your favorite movie sword was or whatever. You had the imagination to go out and, like, occupy your time for the better part of, an 8-hour day with nothing.
Right.
And now it's kind of tough to do that. Now we need everything visual.
So that's kind of back again to I miss not working.
It all comes down to that, doesn't it?
Just having all that free time.
Having to have a career really, really takes a bite out of your life.
And earn money. To put a buttonhole on it and everything that might be wrong with the world, Jake said, I miss when you had a disagreement. You could beat each other's ass completely, get up, be friends at the end of the day, and no one thought about being angry at you. That was it.
That's just not happen in the world of girls. Only in the world of boys.
Oh, really?
Girls don't forget.
Oh, see, you'd be fine.
Your grudges. Jeez.
Anyway.
Somebody said trick-or-treating. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Pillowcases and neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood cleaning.
And Stephen Wells said, I miss shopping at Big Bear.
I loved Big Bear.
I remember my grandma used to have to go there.
Yeah.
Because when I took my grandmother grocery shopping, if we could save 3 cents on a loaf of bread, we would go to 5 different stores. But I think it's because she grew up in the Great Depression, and that's where it comes from. I don't know.
Big Bear, Cub Foods, Drug Emporium, so many.
Well, Big Bear always sold vinyl records, so that's where I bought my first Kiss album.
Is that right?
Dirty Deeds, and that's where I would get them.
Man's running around playing war with my buddies with broken BB guns.
Yeah.
Derek said giving lightsaber lessons to the other kids in the neighborhood.
Awesome. Love all this stuff. Hey, thanks for your text, guys.